Your Weather Watch continues on this Friday. It's August the 2nd. I'm Emily Vukovic. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got another great day in store for the city of Toronto. We are going to be seeing tons of sunshine and temperatures getting a little bit warmer. 27 degrees, feeling more like 30. That humidity is just starting to creep in just a touch for the long weekend. Now we are going to be seeing a lot of sunshine right across the board. Take a look at Barrie at 26 degrees. We're looking at 27 down through Hamilton, 28 through Niagara, up towards Mount Forest, 28 degrees. It's really going to be a nice day right across the board. Throughout the day tomorrow, we do have the risk to see a few isolated showers, possibly even some thunderstorms. The risk is very low, but it is there. We've got a cold front that's going to be sinking south, and I'll show you that in just a sec. Another thing that is playing into the role of thunderstorms, another ingredient, if you will, and that's going to be the heat and the humidity. 29, feeling more like 33 when you factor that in. So we're looking at that cold front sinking its way south through the afternoon hours, and that's going to be our chance to see that convective activity fire up. So because of those isolated thunderstorms, we are going to be at the threat for, some strong winds and some heavy downpours, but then high pressure moves in right behind it, and we are back to sunshine for Sunday and even into Monday. Looks really, really good. So I think this is one of the best long weekends we've had all summer. Here's that thunderstorm risk. Again, heavy rainfall is really going to be the biggest threat. And if you're heading up to the cottage, we've got really great conditions. Parry Sound, 24 degrees. Huntsville, 25 for Sunday. Halliburton at 24, and Beaverton seeing a daytime high of 25. This is going to be such a great long weekend. If you're going camping, conditions are perfect for you. Huntsville 26 on Monday. We're going to see a daytime high of 27 through Collingwood. And if you're heading to Sauble Beach, we're looking at 26 degrees. So looking at the next 3 days, no one's complaining about this forecast. It's a low risk to see those thunderstorms, but if you do see one, chances are good it's going to come in, do what it has to do, and then move out. Closer to the lake, we're going to have more stable air mass because of the lake breeze, so less of a chance of seeing that active weather. Hamilton, temperatures really heating up, feeling more like 34 come Monday. All right, it has been unusually wet throughout the city of Toronto these last couple of weeks. Tyler Hamilton gives us some numbers. Your Weather Watch continues. Happy Friday. It's the 2nd of August. I'm Emily Vukovic, and we have another great day for Toronto. It is going to be sunny, it is going to be warm, and it's going to be slightly humid. Yeah, that humidex is starting to creep back into the area. We're going to see a daytime high of 28 through Newmarket. We're getting up to 27 for Toronto, 27 through Hamilton, 26 up in Barrie. It's going to be beautiful as we get into tomorrow as well. Here's that humidex that I was just mentioning. It's going to feel closer to 30 for the city of Toronto as well as Hamilton. It'll feel like 32 through Niagara. The Caribbean Carnival, that's happening this weekend for the city of Toronto, so expect hundreds of thousands of people to be coming into the city. The parade, of course, it's happening tomorrow. The forecast looks great. We do have a chance to see an isolated thunderstorm, but for the most part, it is going to be dry. It's not going to be a washout of a day, that's for sure. This cold front is going to be sinking south, and that's going to be the trigger with all that hot, humid air mass. So that's where we can see the convective activity, but for the most part, we clear out for Sunday, and Monday looks amazing too. So our forecast looks great for the long weekend. If you're going camping this weekend, conditions are awesome. 30 through Hamilton for Saturday afternoon, 27 up in Barrie, 29 through Niagara, and then look at Sunday. Just a spectacular day. We are going to be seeing beautiful conditions up through Cottage Country as well, Huntsville, Midland, and through Parry Sound. Everybody soaking in that sunshine with high pressure in place. It is going to be gorgeous for Monday as well up through Cottage Country. Again, no one is complaining about this forecast. Look at the 7-day for Barrie. Temperatures are going to be really comfortable. Humidity drops for Sunday and then builds back up again for Monday. All right, us in Ontario, well, we love growing our berries, and it's been a good season. Take a look at this. High pressure and heat. Those are just a few words people love to hear when we're on the eve of a long week. 27 degrees for the city of Toronto today. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Emily Vukovic, and yes, it is Friday. It is August the 2nd, and we have got a spectacular forecast right across the board as we get into this long weekend. So for today, we are going to be seeing a lot of sunshine, but for tomorrow, we do have the risk to see an isolated thunderstorm, non-severe in nature, Barrie, Newmarket, Toronto. This is going to be later on in the afternoon because we do have this cold front that is going to be sinking its way south. So anywhere along this front, that's our best chance of seeing some isolated thunderstorms. And the risk map, it stretches pretty much right from southern Quebec all the way down towards Toronto. Hamilton is kind of the cutoff, so Niagara, it looks as though you're going to be staying dry. We do have the potential to see more cloud cover throughout the afternoon only because of that system to the north. So temperatures for Sunday look fantastic. We're getting up to 26 degrees through Newmarket, 25 through Toronto. And I do want to mention that high pressure returns for Sunday. So we are going to be seeing an absolutely gorgeous setup for the weekend. Look at all of the sunshine throughout Cottage Country, Parry Sound, Midland, Collingwood. A little bit on the cooler side. With that front moving through, things are going to be cooling down just a touch. But then as we get into Monday, look at the humidex values, getting up to 34. That's what it's going to feel like in Toronto for Monday. So lots of sunshine there as well. It really is going to be a fantastic weekend for many people. Now for more on your cottage forecast, I'm going to turn things over to Jacqueline Whittle. Welcome to the Morning Brief. Chris Winston and Emily with you. And today, guys, it is Friday, so it is presenters' picks. And I actually don't know what your picks are beforehand because I showed up to our meeting really late. I actually didn't just come. But yours, I guess, is really interesting.
Well, we're going to talk about Kyle's experiences this week and some of the clouds he's captured on film.
All right, let's take a look. Bit sciencey for me.
Amazing.
A little bit.
Amazing.
Bit sciencey for me.
But
like,
you
what,
see these,
Kyle? What was that? What was that?
I like having that perspective in there because you see these cloud formations and you really want to know what is the science behind it and what is the real effect when you see something like that.
All right. Well, actually, I was having problems with my hearing, so I couldn't hear any of that thing. So we'll do it again, and I'll mention, say, this is what we were talking about there. But you could really see the structure on that. So obviously, when you get that kind of organization, you need several ingredients to come together. So
Right.
Kyle was on. He was the Johnny on the spot for sure.
Okay,
this
well,
week.
I didn't show up to the meeting and you couldn't hear anything.
That's
so we're
it.
doing really well
We're
on
off
this
to a
Friday.
flying start on Friday.
Do you want me to go next?
Yeah, you might
Okay.
as well. You're doing the best out of all of us. So.
So from the prairies, we take you to Quebec, and imagine sitting on the patio having a drink. He's probably shooting video to tweet to us,
I
right?
guess, yeah, probably.
They could have waited a long time to get that seat, right? It's like, I'm not giving this up.
That's true. That is very true. Okay, guys, mine is actually spectacular. It could have gone a lot worse, but this pilot in Washington State, just outside of Seattle, it's incredible.
Yes.
Well, you know it has to be bad because there's so much protocol around if you're running out of fuel, if you need to make an emergency landing, how
Totally.
you get to a safe spot. So
Highway it
good
is.
for him.
Yeah, it's incredible. All right, if you want to connect with us, this is how you can do so. Your local details are coming up. Happy Friday. It is August the 2nd. I'm Emily Vukovic. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Weather Network. We've got a beautiful day to kick off the long weekend. I know a lot of people are really excited to get out, maybe do some camping, head up to the cottage, get out on the water. Well, today is going to be an absolutely spectacular day to do it. Look at these conditions. Absolutely gorgeous. 27 degrees through the city of Toronto. We're looking at 26 up in Barrie. We do have a little bit of humidity starting to kind of sneak in for the weekend. We're looking at it feeling closer to 31 through Newmarket. It's going to feel like 32 down through Niagara. And if you are going to be participating or just watching and looking at the parade for the Caribbean Carnival happening tomorrow, we do have the slightest risk of an isolated thunderstorm. So keep that in mind. It's going to be hot as well. 29, feeling more like 33. The evening hours look great. Saturday afternoon, late afternoon is kind of our best chance to see those thunderstorms firing up throughout much of the GTA. Temperatures are going to be quite warm. It's going to be quite muggy. High pressure moving back in for Sunday and Monday. Look fantastic. So here's just a quick peek at what we can expect for tomorrow in terms of our humidity. Beautiful conditions. All right, how to beat the heat. Here are 5 surprising ways with Nicole Karkic. Happy Friday, the 2nd of August. I'm Emily Vukovic. Thanks so much for joining us. Taking a quick look at our temperature pattern. You might be jealous of those in Western Canada because, yes, they are going to be a little warmer than us because they have that nice big ridge in the jet stream, but they're going to see the potential for some serious weather. For us, we are kind of in that trough, so we're going to be seeing a bit of a cooler couple of days, but still really seasonal. 27 degrees for the city of Toronto. It is going to feel closer to 30 for this afternoon. As we get into the rest of the weekend, Saturday, yes, we do have that risk to see a few isolated thunderstorms, but it is a very slight risk, and it's all associated with this cold front that's going to be moving through the area. So keep that in mind if you do have outdoor plans, if you're camping. Saturday afternoon is the day that you kind of want to keep your eye on the sky. By the time we get to Sunday, we've got high pressure moving in. It is going to be absolutely glorious. Monday looking great as well. The thunderstorm risk, it stretches all the way from parts of southern Quebec right down through Hamilton, and the biggest threats are going to be some heavy rain. That's about it. Conditions for Sunday. It's going to be a little muggy, a little cooler behind that cold front to some areas up through Barrie and especially up towards through Cottage Country, because that's kind of where we can see the better chance of isolated thunderstorms. Huntsville, Haliburton, Bancroft. So temperatures cooling just slightly in that area. And then for Monday, heats back up again. It's going to feel like 34 through the city of Toronto, feeling like 34 in Barrie, and up north, yes, temperatures warm up as well. It's looking pretty good. Let's take a quick look at the 7-day forecast in Barrie. So into the long weekend, there's that chance to see some isolated thunderstorms for Saturday. Sunday, high pressure. Monday, high pressure. Tuesday, a little bit more active weather. But get out there and enjoy the long weekend. It's going to feel like 34 in Hamilton come Monday. All right, if you are camping this weekend, there are a couple of plants that you should watch out for because they could really impact you and possibly ruin your weekend.
The Office
It's
Expert.
Friday. Welcome to the Morning Brief. Chris, Winston, and Emily with you. And today, because it is Friday, this is where we do our presenters' picks.
All right.
And I know the theme is kind of stormy weather. Mine's not stormy weather, but I know yours is.
It is. And we're going to start off in the prairies and Kyle Britton, and this is talk about some of the clouds that he has seen this week.
All right, Murphy, since you're the biggest nerd of the bunch.
You need some subtitles,
I do,
I'm
a little
thinking.
bit.
Yes,
Yeah.
a little
Please.
bit. Yeah, okay. So elevated thunderstorms, first of all. Probably some dry air. So that air's really got to rise up into that saturated layer. So the bottom of the thunderstorm isn't close to the ground, it's higher up. The other thing these elevated thunderstorms can do, and I would love the structure, is produce very strong downdrafts or strong winds, like microbursts, because that air's got more time to go from the cloud to the surface. And when that happens, you get some drying, you get some cooling, and that can enhance the wind. So there you go. Hopefully that helps things. So elevated thunderstorms, not often producing tornadoes, but they can still have their own hazards.
Cause and effect. Good to see what the result of that is as well.
All right, you're next.
Okay, imagine sitting on this patio. This video out of Quebec.
Feeling on his phone, no biggie. It's amazing. Okay, well, mine's not stormy, but it's spectacular. This pilot.
Yeah.
But think of the stress and the pressure that must have been going through that guy's head as he landed that airplane.
Incredible improvisation and skill. Wow, I'm speechless.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of protocol needed when it comes to something like that, to even get clearance to land on a road and to make sure
Do
that
you even
it's
get
clear.
clearance for that? Or are
You
you
don't.
just
You have to
like,
be
I'm going to
careful.
die or I need to land on this highway?
But it's your very last resort, and he was able to navigate that.
And a happy ending there.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, if you want to connect with us and share your videos with us, welcome to the Morning Brief. Chris, Winston, and Emily with you. And this one kind of stars Nathan Coleman. And we all know that Nathan Coleman is a bit quirky in his stories. He likes to give us these kind of weird little facts. We are going to debate this story, Nate. If you are watching right now, I am telling you, there is going to be a debate. Check this out.
First off, love the cameo from Nate from back in the day.
Look at his hair.
It was
Nate,
awesome.
Need a haircut.
I think you look good there. All right. Have you ever tried this? Have you ever heard? I never heard about this one.
You've seen someone do it.
So I was in New Orleans a little while ago, and we had to wait on a patio for a little bit to get into this restaurant. And I saw this very trick taped all along this restaurant patio, and it was a bit of an eyesore. I thought. I was like,
it's
what is
ugly.
this? So I googled Ziploc bag water pennies, and sure enough, it was a thing. I did not get bit once, and we know that in climates like that, you can definitely get bit by flies.
Okay.
Big time. So you are. It
I
works.
actually believe it. I don't know whether scientifically it's true, but hashtag life hack.
Okay.
I don't know what your back doors look like, but mine is door, sliding door.
Okay.
So I'm going to open my sliding door like this. So this is open. And if I tape the bag here, the flies are just going to avoid here, and I'm literally going to push them into my house.
Well, maybe not. It sounds like it'll actually just sort of dazzle them or scare them away, that they want to be as far away from that bag as possible. The vicinity. So I think you have a safe zone.
Well, you know what, Nate? I'm willing to try it. My kids are not going to be happy, but I'm going to try it.
And you will need to keep those doors open this weekend, because let that fresh air in across the Maritimes. The heat wave is going to be coming to an end.
The Office
Welcome
Expert.
to the Morning Brief. Chris, Winston, and Emily with you. And because it's Friday, it is presenters' picks. We've got some pretty cool video. And Chris, I think yours is a bit sciencey yet stormy.
Indeed, a little of both. And we'll start things off with Kyle Britton near Coronation, Alberta.
All right, I saw the clouds. I understood a little bit of that, but
You want the subtitles, basically.
you know, we'd like you to nerd it out a little.
Sure thing. Well, first of all, great structure. And so basically, when Kyle's talking about an elevated thunderstorm, now that means the base of the cloud is not so close to the ground, it's higher up. And that could be a few reasons. One could be there could be maybe a dry layer on the ground. So that air's really got to rise up to that higher to get to that saturation level. Secondly, when you get these elevated thunderstorms, although tornadoes tend to be less likely, you can get some significant winds, downdrafts, even microbursts, and the winds can be stronger because you've got more space now to get that wind from the cloud down to the ground. So you get that sinking air, you get that what we call evaporative cooling, and all these things as drying can contribute to stronger downdraft winds. So maybe not tornado threat, but still other hazards.
Cause and effect, knowing what the result is of that.
Indeed.
And they look pretty cool.
Oh, no doubt.
All right, yours is also stormy, isn't it?
That's right. We take you to Quebec now, and then as the camera
Save my Caesar! Save my Caesar!
Kick it back and on his phone.
Texting, getting some video, sending it in to us.
Oh, that's amazing. Nice. All right, my video is last, and this is incredible. Back to help this guy land this plane.
It almost looked like a runway there, but of course...
Well, he treated it as such.
Treated it as such. Incredible skill there, and a lot of improvisation, and a happy ending.
And it didn't even look like the lights were knocked over or anything.
So. No, I think you stopped at the red.
Yeah.
Not kidding. If you want to connect with us, this is how you do it. High pressure and heat. Those are just a few words people love to hear when we're on the eve of a long week. 27 degrees for the city of Toronto today. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Emily Vukovic, and yes, it is Friday. It is August the 2nd, and we have got a spectacular forecast right across the board as we get into this long weekend. So for today, we are going to be seeing a lot of sunshine, but for tomorrow, we do have the risk to see an isolated thunderstorm, non-severe in nature, Barrie, Newmarket, Toronto. This is going to be later on in the afternoon because we do have this cold front that is going to be sinking its way south. So anywhere along this front, that's our best chance of seeing some isolated thunderstorms. And the risk map, it stretches pretty much right from southern Quebec all the way down towards Toronto. Hamilton is kind of the cutoff, so Niagara, it looks as though you're going to be staying dry. We do have the potential to see more cloud cover throughout the afternoon only because of that system to the north. So temperatures for Sunday look fantastic. We're getting up to 26 degrees through Newmarket, 25 through Toronto. And I do want to mention that high pressure returns for Sunday. So we are going to be seeing an absolutely gorgeous setup for the weekend. Look at all of the sunshine throughout Cottage Country, Parry Sound, Midland, Collingwood. A little bit on the cooler side. With that front moving through, things are going to be cooling down just a touch. But then as we get into Monday, look at the humidex values, getting up to 34. That's what it's going to feel like in Toronto for Monday. So lots of sunshine there as well. It really is going to be a fantastic weekend for many people. Now for more on your cottage forecast, I'm going to turn things over to Jacqueline Whittle.